I gotta tell you, it's nice to get away from that toxic drama with all that skill-based matchmaking cheese and just talk Call of Duty, man. Just talk shop. So this is exactly what I was talking about when I told y'all, I like, as much as sour as I am on Call of Duty with the direction that this franchise is going in, I wanted to see what Sledgehammer Games could do without Michael Condrey and Glenn Schofield there running the shit, right? We seen it with the overhaul. We seen how well they supported World War II after its life cycle was over. And this is that type of shit that I'm talking about right here, man. Let's get into it. So Sledgehammer is listening. They're on it. And it looks like we're getting a lot of the changes that we were asking for just in a very short 2-day alpha. We're getting these changes already to look forward to in the beta. Yo, Pusey, bring up the screenshot for the homies. As you can see, they're already on it when we talked about how annoying it was to take damage in the alpha for Vanguard. Damage overlay, refine the damage when injured to help maintain visibility. They adjust the lighting, reduce the density of sun fog, increase the rim light around players to help separate them from the background, adjusted overall exposure, aka we turned up the lights. That was one of my biggest complaints, right? Was how annoying it was, how frustrating it was to take damage in Vanguard, but also you can't see anybody, right? The visibility was terrible. Like that was like, and I was pretty positive about the alpha, right? But I mean, those were definitely a couple of things right there where I was like, damn, man, that could definitely be a problem, later on with the full game. You're on a nice kill streak and you just lose somebody that's standing right in front of you. It still be happening in Modern Warfare and Warzone, man, when I be watching other people's videos and shit. I still see there's a visibility problem over there. But anyways, let's get into it. They're not done. They're already on it for the spawns for Champion Hill. You guys know I talked about that a couple times. Get shot as soon as the round starts and shit. I don't need to read all that for you guys. They're working on the spawn logic and everything for Champion Hill. That was something that was desperately needed as well too. Like just spawning up people's ass and shit. But here's the big one. Audio tuning. The audio team has made improvements to weapon sounds that will be ready in time for the beta. You guys remember what I said about the STG? I'm not going to go into it again. Non-player footsteps volume slightly increased. Non-player weapon volume slightly increased. What non-player means is just your enemies, right? The other players. Announcer volume and call-out frequency reduced. Global MP mixing pass to improve informative audio for gameplay. That's huge. And it kind of makes me a little bit nervous at the same time too, because you don't want the footsteps too loud if there really is no dead silence perk, right? Now, we've already heard the leaks. We've already kind of seen people who have looked in the files and shit of the alpha, and they seen that, the dead silence had the same kind of icon and shit as Modern Warfare's field order did for it. So it's looking more and more like dead silence really isn't going to be a perk in this game. It's going to be a field upgrade. And that won't be so much of a problem if the footsteps are not out of control, right? Like I said in my other videos, it was frustrating in the alpha, and I could see it being frustrating with the full game, especially if you're like one off a high kill streak, right? With how silent the footsteps seem to be in the alpha. There was dudes that were in full sprints right beside me, right behind me, and I couldn't hear them because I was moving too. That is definitely a problem, but I would rather take that than what we had to deal with in Modern Warfare. So as long as they're staying true to that, slightly increasing it, then I'm cool with that, man. We don't want Modern Warfare footsteps in this game. We don't. You want to kill your game. That's how. Stop people from playing the way that they want to play, because I don't care what these haters try to say on my videos, man. You can't really rush in Modern Warfare unless everybody you're playing is rushing. You know what I mean? You can't. Because you go up against a camper in that game, they're going to destroy you all day, every day, because they can hear your feet from a mile away. They're just going to be aiming down sight or doing the stupid fucking slob lean camp or some shit off the side of a wall or whatever bullshit tactic they can come up with in that cheesy ass game. And they're just going to take you out, man, because they heard your footsteps a mile away. So Sledgehammer, this is huge. We don't need Modern Warfare, man. Just please hear me when I tell you that. And I'm speaking, I feel confident enough that I'm speaking for a lot of people when I say this. We don't want that. Bring the footstep volume up just a little bit, like you're saying here, slightly, but just keep it tame, man. You know what I mean? We would rather quieter footsteps than louder footsteps. I would rather lose the odd kill streak here and there, one off a high kill streak because I couldn't hear a dude or whatever, than not being able to play the way I wanted to play. Like, Modern Warfare literally stopped you from playing the game the way that you wanted to play. It forced you to camp. It forced you to play tactically. It forced you to slow it down. Now, everything else had a lot to do with that. The mini-map, you know, ghosts, you don't have to move to stay off the UAV and shit like that. Like, there was a lot of other factors there that made Modern Warfare just a stupid, campy-ass game. But, you know, footsteps are the foundation of that, man. And just trust me, Sledgehammer. You don't want those loud as hell Modern Warfare feet, especially when you got no dead silence perk. So far, what do you guys think, right? Like, I actually think it sounds pretty good. It sounds like Sledgehammer's on it, man. It sounds like Sledgehammer is listening to the community, and they're trying to make it right. So they already released a lot of the details regarding the Vanguard beta. We're getting 4 maps. Didn't we only get like 6 maps in total, 6v6 for Cold War when it dropped? I can't remember, but I remember it was around that, right? Like 6 or 7 or some shit. We're getting 6 game modes, including Champion Hill, level 30 weapon cap, combat pacing options 6v6 up to 24v24. And now how the combat pacing works is I guess you have like 3 modes that you could choose from. But I guess it also depends on the map that you're playing on. So you'll have 3 choices. You could go with the old school classic 6v6. Then you'll have like your middle mode, which is 20 to 28 players. And then you'll have the last mode, which is where you can have the up to 24v24. It gives you some options, right? You want to switch it up. Gives you something extra to try. You know, something a little different, change of pace. You know, if you want something a little crazier, or if you just want your standard, your classic Call of Duty, you can do that too. I mean, hey, whatever, man. As long as it doesn't take away from the 6v6, I don't care. I want my core 6v6 to be the best that it could be. You know, that's cool. Add all that shit around it. That's fine. I can go and play that if the 6v6 is stressing me out or whatever. But just the 6v6 needs to be good. But one of the modes that we get is actually a new game mode for Vanguard, for the beta. And I'm using the air quotes when I say new, because it's hardpoint, but it's hardpoint where the hardpoint constantly moves, right? All you hardpoint junkies, you know, you go to your spot, you hold it down there for a bit, and then you move to the next spot. This time it's going to be constantly moving. I don't know how you guys are going to like that, man. You guys are going to have to let me know in the comment section how that turns out. I don't know if I'm going to be playing it. Probably if you don't have a choice between the modes, then obviously, yeah, I'll be in there and I'll try it out. But if you have a choice between the modes, I mean, I'm going to be in my TDM, kill confirmed, little bit of domination. They're bringing S&D to the beta, so I know my search and destroy crowd, they're going to love that. S&D is coming to the beta. Like, yo, Sledgehammer seems like they're listening, and they're trying to do the most with what they got. We are just over a week from the beta. We're just under a week for the multiplayer reveal, and I'm liking what I'm seeing, man. I can't lie. You know what I mean? I'm not hyping this up to be the best COD ever, like certain people. We all know who we're talking about here. I'm not gonna mention any names. I mean, it sounds good, right? It definitely sounds like it's worth trying. That's all I'm going to say. It sounds like Sledgehammer's listening. It sounds like they want to address our concerns, and they want our experience on this game to be fun, to not be as frustrating. Whatever they can do, right? Obviously, if Activision drops that hammer on them, they're like, yo, this is the matchmaking that you got to go with in your game. You know, all they could do is just kind of shrug and put it in the game. I mean, what else are they going to do, right? But they're whatever they have in their control, it looks like they're trying to do the most, man. So I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt. But like I told you guys before, I do not know if I'm going to continue with my purchase. Yeah, I pre-ordered to get the early access for the beta because that helps me with my job and everything else to make content on the beta. I don't have all this free time that these other YouTubers and shit have. So it's going to help me with that, right? But I can't, dude. If I don't enjoy the beta, I'm gonna cancel my pre-order. I'm not gonna stay with the game, right? But I like what I'm seeing so far, and I like how they're actually communicating. Unlike a certain company who will remain nameless in this video, Battlefield. Look at this dude camping all the way in the back on his Vag. We clean him up for the clutch dub. 20 kill dub. Your boy put in some work. I had a higher kill win than this, but I couldn't find it when I was trying to make this video. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think about everything in this video in the comment section. I'm out.